3 weeks. That's all it took, only 3 painful weeks. The story you're about to hear is not in any way gentle, because it begins with a man who simply wanted to be loved and ended with him discovering a past he was never meant to see. And it all starts with one moment, one detail so small, so ordinary, that it would change everything Harry thought he knew about the woman he married. Let's start from the very beginning so you understand much better. Harry didn't know why he kept staring at that Croatia photo. It had already been 3 weeks since the yacht pictures exploded online, but something inside him refused to let it go. He would zoom in, zoom out, stare at it, leave, come back, and stare again. It was like the image was hiding a secret from him, and he could feel it. Then one night, his eyes caught something he had never noticed before. On the yacht's deck, pushed off to the side, was a small navy blue canvas bag. Nothing fancy, nothing loud, but the gold lettering on the front hit him like ice water. Soho House. Harry's stomach flipped. This wasn't just a rich person's yacht, it was a Soho House member yacht. The same elite members-only club Meghan had lived inside for years. 114, the same place where every room, every event, every dinner, every whisper carried power. And suddenly, something that once felt like a coincidence didn't feel like one anymore. Harry felt his chest tighten. He knew he wasn't going to sleep until he understood what this meant. So he opened a new tab and with shaking hands typed 3 names that had never looked suspicious to him until now. Soho House, Marcus Anderson, Meghan Markle, 142. The search results loaded and Harry's blood ran cold. Harry always thought Marcus Anderson was just Meghan's quirky friend from Toronto, a friendly, stylish guy who loved social events. But what he found now didn't match the man he thought he knew. Marcus wasn't simply in the scene, he was the scene. Old society blogs, deleted interviews, archived magazines hidden behind broken links, hidden pages that Harry had to dig for like a detective. They all said the same thing. 209. Marcus wasn't just a consultant, he was an access broker. He connected ambitious, beautiful women with powerful, wealthy men. He introduced actresses to producers, models to investors, newcomers to established elites. Someone described him as the man who makes sure the right people meet. Every article painted the same picture. Marcus didn't attend parties, he engineered them. Harry leaned back in his chair, heart pounding. 237. He felt foolish. How had he never questioned Marcus's presence? The front row seat at their wedding, the whispered conversations, the strange sense that Marcus was always nearby. But then the realization hit him even harder. What if Marcus wasn't just Meghan's friend? What if he was her handler? Harry clicked another link, an old photo collection from Toronto's social scene. The next 6 hours would change everything he believed about his wife, his past, and even the story of how they met. 3-6. Harry didn't want to believe any of it. Every part of him hoped he was misunderstanding what he found. That the photos, the overlaps, the timelines were just strange coincidences. But that hope shattered the moment he picked up the phone. Late at night, when the house was quiet and Meghan was asleep, Harry called someone he hadn't spoken to in years, a former Soho House member from his London party days, someone who knew that world better than anyone else, someone who wouldn't lie. When the man answered, Harry's voice was barely a whisper. "I need to ask you about Marcus Anderson." There was silence on the other end, a long one, and then the man sighed. For the next 40 minutes, Harry heard a truth he was never supposed to hear. Marcus Anderson didn't run a social circle. He ran what insiders called a finishing school, not for manners, not for etiquette, for access. He finds women with ambition, the friend explained, for women who want to climb, and then he trains them. He teaches them how to dress, how to speak, how to move around powerful people without looking out of place. He brings them into Soho House, gives them the connections they need, introduces them to men who can open doors. He's strategic. Harry listened in frozen silence. Marcus isn't just well-connected, the man continued. He has access to calendars, to event lists, to private guest rosters. 4:30, he knows where certain people will be and when, and he uses that information to create opportunities. Harry stared at the wall, the pieces clicking together. Marcus had been at polo matches in 2013, charity galas in 2014, events in London where Harry appeared in the background. Always close, always watching, always connected. And Meghan, she'd been a student in Marcus's school long before Harry came into the picture. That was when the friend said something that made Harry's stomach drop. 4:58, Marcus doesn't just introduce people, Harry. He positions them. Harry felt sick. Once Harry understood what Marcus really did, another question began eating at him. How did Meghan afford all of this? Her flights across Europe, her designer clothes, her Soho House memberships in multiple cities, her five-star hotels during yacht weeks, her presence at every elite event Marcus curated. Harry knew her suit's salary, he knew her financial reality, and it didn't add up. 520 and not even close. So he contacted someone still connected to Soho House Toronto. A quiet, careful conversation followed, and what Harry learned made his hands go cold. Meghan's membership had been completely comped, not discounted, not partially covered, fully paid for. For 5 years, Meghan had never paid a single membership fee. When Harry asked who sponsored her, the contact hesitated. A long pause, then another. 5:56. Finally, in a nervous voice, the man said, Marcus has ways of making sure certain women have access. Corporate accounts, anonymous approvals, no questions asked. Someone had been investing in Meghan. Someone had been paying for her to rise. Someone had been funding her transformation from a cable show actress into a global socialite who fit perfectly into elite rooms. Harry grabbed a pen and started calculating. 6:24, flights between Toronto, New York, London, Istanbul, Barcelona, Miami. Designer outfits for every event. Soho House lifestyle expenses, yacht week accommodations, hair, makeup, luxury styling. The total hit him like a punch. $70,000 a year, and Meghan's income couldn't have covered even half of that. Someone had been backing her climb, and once Harry saw the money trail, he couldn't unsee it. 6:47. By now, Harry felt like his entire life had been rewritten behind his back. But nothing prepared him for what came next. One morning, he did something he hadn't done since the wedding. He went into his office, opened a drawer, and pulled out the official wedding guest list. All 600 names neatly organized into categories by his team and Meghan's. He never paid attention to Meghan's side before. He trusted her, but now he looked with new eyes, and what he found shattered whatever innocence he had left. 7:18, Marcus Anderson, front row. Jessica Mulroney, Soho House regular. Misha Nonu arranged the blind date, also a Soho House member. Serena Williams, another member. Executives, regulars. People photographed with Meghan at Soho House events years before Harry appeared. Harry grabbed a highlighter, then another, then another. Out of 200 guests on Meghan's side, over 60 were directly tied to Soho House. 7:49, these weren't childhood friends, they weren't co-workers, they weren't Hollywood colleagues, they were her network. The very people who watched her climb through the system Marcus built. Then Harry saw a photo from the reception. Marcus standing with 4 Soho House executives, all holding champagne, all smiling like people who had completed a mission. Harry realized something he wished he could unrealize. His wedding wasn't a celebration of love. 8:09, it was a summit, a gathering of the network that built her, the network that brought her to him. Harry wasn't sleeping anymore. He wasn't eating much either. His days were filled with searching, checking, cross-referencing, and trying to breathe normally through the panic that now lived permanently in his chest. But there was one thing he hadn't touched yet, something he had avoided for years. His voicemail archive. 8:34. A quiet memory he had buried inside himself suddenly came back. William had left him messages before the engagement, and Harry never listened to them. His hands shook as he scrolling past years of recordings, reminders, and forgotten notes. Then he saw it. November 2017. A voicemail he remembered angrily ignoring. He pressed play. William's voice filled the room, calm, serious, almost begging. 56. Harry, you need to listen to me. Palace Security ran a background check. Meghan has been part of the Soho House crowd for years. Marcus Anderson's reputation is well known. He positions women. She's been photographed with men from your world since 2014. This isn't random. Please look into this before you propose. Harry froze. He replayed it, then he replayed it again. 9:22. His brother wasn't jealous. He wasn't trying to control him. He wasn't judging Meghan. He had intel. Harry found 2 more voicemails. In one, William said security found Meghan at events connected to Harry's charity donors. In another, he warned Harry again that Marcus had deep ties to Harry's circle. Harry had deleted those messages without listening. Blinded by love, convinced that everyone was out to ruin his happiness. 9:49, but William wasn't sabotaging him, he was saving him. And Harry had shut the door in his face. That realization